Welcome to the Bushwick Bears Petty Crime Review.
We are joined by a very funny comic, Jarrod Fortune.
Have you ever taken an Uber and have you ever puked in it? Let's get into it with Jarrod.
This whole shit's weird, like seeing places that closed. Like some places closed, you like knew it was going to close. You're like, that place fucking sucked anyway.
Right.
It didn't need to be here.
They're lucky they got to use the pandemic as an excuse.
Yeah, right. They could be like,
I mean, like it's cool. Like you got to see what hustle got like stuck around and grow. Like we
Yeah.
realized like Amazon was a genius idea.
Yeah, right.
It's a
Yeah.
horrible concept though. Genius
it's
idea.
horrible
Yeah.
for the people involved.
Yeah, like it's just a horrible. Like so we're just gonna make everybody just work all the time. Like that's a
Right.
terrible.
Well, I'm waiting for the drone delivery. That's what I'm waiting for.
Drone delivery.
When nobody, when
zip
everyone's
line?
gonna wish they had work.
just zip line yourself a tooth to your
Yeah.
doorstep.
I like the drone delivery, but I like the idea of like people knocking down drones and stealing packages.
Oh, 100. Dude, how do you? That's exactly.
I just picture kids with like slingshots on roofs just waiting for drones.
Or adults drunk with guns.
Well, that
Which
too.
is-
Straight up,
Do
I
you
don't
know
have
how
to.
they're gonna do it? I guess
I have no clue.
they're gonna have like blimps in the sky that are the fulfillment centers, and then the drones are gonna descend
Whoa.
Is this real?
Yeah.
Or are you fucking with me?
This like remember Batman the animated series?
Yeah.
Remember those blimps? Like it's gonna look like that.
Wait,
where
wait,
these
wait.
things.
Zephyrs are making a comeback.
Yeah, that's
Amazon.
yes, yeah. Exactly. Thank you.
Zephyrs.
Yeah, and so like I guess that's how it's gonna work. Is like they're gonna descend from the sky like that. It's
That's
not gonna come
fucking
from like
insane.
like there's not gonna be like 100 drones coming out of like this one.
Can I
facility
tell
on the
you?
ground.
I was
'Cause then
doing.
you just
I was
can
doing
shoot 'em
housework recently and like painting and like doing some light construction shit. And if you're not a person that does that a lot, I made like a lot of trips to Home Depot just because I fucking forgot this
Yeah.
screw,
Yeah.
forgot that screw. And right then I was thinking, I can't fucking wait to like click a button and a fucking drone just brings me the screw and I don't have to spend another hour driving back to Home Depot and forgetting 5 other things and then driving back.
It sounds like an awful idea until it's like, well, that would be convenient.
Dude, that would be so
Well,
convenient in that instance.
Boris has always been pro Amazon.
Look, from
I've
a
never-
guy that grew up in rural North Carolina, that was my ray of hope. I was like, oh, I can't
No,
get what
I get
I
it.
want.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's like the government. It's the necessary evil for me to get my beef
I
jerky.
can't wait
I get the best beef jerky through Amazon. I
Yeah.
can't help it.
I can't wait till
You gotta Send me that
Amazon.
link, man.
I got you.
What's your? You got some good. You got the good.
Oh, I
link
got
up on
an
some beef
Amazon jerky too.
Yeah.
Oh damn! You guys, I didn't realize you guys have.
Y'all sound bougie as
it's
hell.
actually-
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
I'll do you one worse. It's not actually jerky what I get. It's called biltong, and it's an older jerky recipe that doesn't use sodium nitrites or sugar.
Oh, I
Wow.
want that one.
Yeah, it's
Fancy.
good.
I don't know. This
I
is my first
I
time
get
hearing
perky
about this.
jerky.
I recommend it. Yeah, biltong jerky.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. I get
Jerky is one of the.
smoke.
Speaking of, like, I know this is the topic of the podcast. I had a friend, and I'm not gonna name any names. It wasn't me, but would steal.
What did you do?
It wasn't me. I've never committed a crime in my life. He would always steal beef jerky from the gas stations or the bodega or whatever because he was like, it's just too expensive, but I want it. So he would just steal it every like.
It is. It's expensive. I think about stealing it too, and I have a little bit of money. It's like for like 3 ounces, it's like $10.
Yeah, but you know what? If you read into what goes in to making quality
Sounds
beef
like I just
jerky,
incriminated myself.
it's an expensive process.
No,
It is. No, I get you.
You start with quality beef,
There's a store in Chinatown dedicated just to beef jerky.
and their shit probably got a ton of sodium. It's not like biltong, for
delicious.
sure.
sometimes you just see something, you're just like, why?
It's too
right
much.
there. No,
Yeah.
like it's just right. So you just gonna leave it there? Like that's how I feel about like people that leave the like the bookstores that put the books outside the store to
Oh, yeah,
encourage
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
lot of
Please.
trust.
Yeah.
like yeah, we're saying $3.99, but just take the book, please.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
worth it to them. The risk, the loss prevention aspect. They're like, well, really, these are all discount books. We're only going to lose a couple bucks, but if we get someone in the store, the profit markup on a new book is so high.
They're like literally like we can risk losing 10 of these if just one idiot pays
Hey,
$12.99 for
we'll
this
break
book.
even, baby.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right?
It's called the loss leader.
Loss leader. Sorry.
Yeah.
I used to steal Starburst in my 4th grade class. Yeah. I used to steal. Cause they were just right there in the basket.
I love how you
Yeah.
say that like it's like the hardest shit.
Nah. Like just like as a kid, and like just being like, I just did not care. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just right there. Nobody's
yeah.
doing nothing with it.
Yeah.
This is a substitute teacher. This is not even your classroom.
Did she not?
Nobody knows what
Yeah.
anything is going on right
Right.
now.
They probably put it out for the kids too.
No, it
also.
was just sitting on the shelf for like months.
Oh, well, that's
like
free
somebody
game.
forgot about it.
So this is a whole personal childhood story, but like this was like a like a weirdest school experience. I felt so safe going to white school. Like this school was set up that it was like sectioned off. So to go to the bathroom, I would walk out and go around the corner into the bathroom.
Yeah.
So like this place was just like, so we just doing whatever.
It was like open like that.
It just felt like it. Yeah,
it's like a
and I definitely.
Montessori school or something. It was like a good.
This is like in Richmond, Virginia, but also this was like a I definitely got in trouble for it, and they definitely looked out for me. Like, all right, like, chill.
You got in trouble for taking a Starburst?
No, for other shit. I did other
okay.
shit that,
Oh,
like,
okay.
just bad. I was a terrible kid because I was just lashing out. Like, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was a bad kid. Bad, definitely. My mother had a fucking handful of me.
Gotta get her flowers every year now.
Oh, definitely. I ask her all the time. I gave her $100 the other day. She's like, "Thanks for the birthday gift." I'm like, "That wasn't it." Like I got you, man. Like,
That's
come
good.
on.
You gotta take
Yeah.
care of moms,
Yeah,
man.
you got
moms
to.
went through enough.
Yes.
I think. I mean, I was a pretty bad kid myself.
Come
yeah,
on, man.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry.
You got
I was bad, but my brother was so much worse that I became the good kid.
That's funny.
Every
when
time, like every
You
grade.
just watch him. You
when
just
he
watch.
hit-
Don't do that. Don't
Uh-huh.
do that. Like that's it. You just find other shit to do. Like,
Well, he's my younger brother, so like they thought I was.
Never mind. My fault.
They
for the
thought I
story.
was bad. Like I remember talking to teachers, and they were like, "Yeah, we warned each other that Boris's brother was coming in because I got in trouble. I got like suspended and stuff, but nothing. I didn't do anything that crazy. It was like goofy shit. And then my brother comes in, and he's more like fights and like other shit. Like I told us before, like he shoved the teacher through a desk because they tried to take his phone. And he'll
Damn.
deny now, and he'll be like, "Nah, it's not quite how it happened," or whatever. But he's like, they tried to take my property, and so I told them they couldn't take my property, and they put their hands on me. That's his perspective on it. But yeah, I thought I was bad, and then all the teachers were like, "Yeah, we did not know what we thought we were getting ready for your brother, but we didn't anticipate him to be that bad."
where'd you grow up? You said rural North Carolina. Like,
Yeah. So I'm originally from New Jersey, but like I pretty much like grew up. And I decided I was like, nah, I want to finish school here.
Yeah.
It's just like I had like a young mom, so
Yeah.
like just moving around a lot. I had a lot of family. We were always safe, but it was just
Yeah.
we trying to figure it out, baby.
Yeah.
That's it. But I ended up staying with my dad in North Carolina, 5th grade to high school. So
like you said, Richmond. Were you living near Richmond, or were you further out?
that was like right before North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and like funny enough, that's where I met the other Fortunes. Like the only Fortunes that I met were
okay.
like my grandmother and my father.
Yeah.
I always heard like I didn't find out till later my grandfather had a whole nother family. Like he got
Oh,
caught
I
up in
love
that
that,
type
yep.
of situation. I mean,
Yeah,
the
mine too.
70s. He was a 70s stud.
That's
like,
pretty
that type
common.
of-
I was gonna say
That's
I
what I
have
mean.
multiple friends that
Yeah.
like at some point in high school were like, my dad's got a second family.
And guess what? They are all like great. All of them.
Yeah.
Everybody got a
awesome.
house.
Yeah.
Like everybody's doing like
Doing okay.
great. Like everybody's doing great.
I can't even take care of my first family.
Hey,
Much
you
less-
can't. It's
I'm trying
it's
to get a second family, but that's hard in 2020.
It's just hard. It's a hard skill, which is why I never did it before. I was like, this is too stressful. Like,
Yeah.
it's too many women around. No, I can't. No, just
Well, we
one.
found out. I found out that because my grandpa had the secret family,
Mhm.
and we found out that we were the secret. Like our family, that was the main family. We were the secret family.
I can't figure out which one I am. Like for me personally,
At
I'm
least
just
you
like,
have closure.
Yeah, right.
right. All right, because like the way everybody acts is like kind of chill. It's like, all right, so y'all already kind of just said your piece
Yeah,
as
right.
adults for
Right.
whatnot.
That's
Like,
always funny when you like when you're growing up, and then when you get to a certain age, and that's when like it happened for me. My mom like told me all the secrets. Basically, she's like, "Yeah, so your grandma was married 4 times before your grandpa. You had the secret family on the other side. There's all these like things. It was they're like we can't tell you that till you're an adult. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know that you were saying when you used to drive for Uber, right? And Did
Yeah.
you do that? Did you do that here in New York or in
No, God, no.
in North Carolina?
It's not worth it. I was doing it in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I had just got a car, and it was just like, all right, I really need a car.
Yeah.
Like, so I went and got a car. I was like, I'll just do Uber to like pay for it.
Yeah.
But like it was just wear and tear. Like it was a luxury car. It was not a car meant to be like put miles on.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
But like the way I got it was just like, this is what we have for like what you're looking for. Like this is what we got. I'm like, that's all I wanted. I was like, I came to you like, stop trying to sell me some bullshit. Like I need a car.
Yeah, right.
I came to you like, they say you can hook me up. Like cool. She was like, I'm not making nothing on this. I was like, fine. So they gave me what they had. It was like a Chrysler 200, and I Ubered in that for like 3 years.
That must have been
Jesus.
fucking wild.
Yeah.
That
Oh no,
Uber life?
it was funny because like that's when I was doing stand up and I was like really starting to see like, oh y'all really like expecting shit from me because I got this car. I'm like, I just needed this shit. Like,
right.
Right.
that was
yeah.
it. Like it was just like I'm really trying to figure this out right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was really chasing after something like that type of shit.
So the to drive for Uber, the barrier to entry to be able to do that is very minimal, right?
Yeah,
like
you-
I mean, to apply, you just have to
Yeah,
like fill out something
It
online.
can't go past like 10 years, like your car. It got to be in your name, and it
Got to
can't.
be newer than 10 years old.
Yeah. So I had 2013. So I had
But
like
they didn't like what type of background check did they do on you? Or
nothing.
anything?
It was on the app.
Exactly.
Nothing
It was on
on
the
it.
app.
Yeah.
You get anybody. That's like when I started driving, and I was like, I knew this was dangerous.
Yeah.
And then once I've heard about like the first like attempt at an abduction, I was just like, oh, like I'm surprised this didn't happen immediately.
Right. How did
like,
it take
yeah,
this
right.
long?
Jesus Christ, like it's not safe. Like I had a woman driver before, and like I asked her, and she was very uncomfortable about it, so I stopped. Like
Yeah.
I was just like you cool with just like driving like this. I wasn't trying to assume nothing. I was just trying to have
Right,
a convo 'cause,
right.
like I was
Yeah.
just
She
driver.
just got scared hearing
right,
about
but
it.
I didn't want it. But I don't come in the car being like, yeah, I'm a driver too. Like I don't,
Right,
want to
right.
get off that. Yeah, it's like so it's really awkward.
I also operate.
But you will
Yeah.
come in like you ever worry about getting abducted.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was bad. Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a- I
And so
had
I
a-
was just like, damn, it's really fucked up out here. Like this is
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
I can't. You probably. Oh man, I got one time. From the airport. I got an Uber in New York, and it was a white lady driver in New York. That's a lottery.
You
That's what
gotta-
I had. That's
you
what I
gotta
had in
have a
win.
Wilmington. That's what I had in Wilmington.
I've never seen them before. First of all, I've only had like maybe one other, and I used to take Ubers all the fucking time back when I had money. You know, back when I was somebody, I took Ubers all the time. But like, I've never had a white lady. This is still the only time. Out of all
If
the
I ever
thousands of Ubers.
get into a taxi and a woman's driving, I get right the fuck out.
It just spooks you.
there's no way I'm letting a woman drive me anywhere. I mean,
All right.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Man,
I don't let my wife drive, but
I don't mind it. Like me and my flip flop. She let me get the keys to the whip every now and again. I was like, oh, this is like the Jeep. This is like the Jeep. All right, okay. She be looking at me like, you gonna drive? I'm like, come on, what you ask me that for? No, I don't want to drive.
Like, I was a professional driver.
Yeah, like come on, man. I'm in the same boat as you. Like I wanted to drive, but now I don't like it no more.
Uber
right.
seems like such like an easy solution if you're a comic because you're like, oh, how can I earn money or whatever the case might
Yeah.
be, and you're like, I'll just Uber, and
But
you think
you-
it's gonna be easy and it's not. Right?
But you gotta understand that like this is a business right
Yep,
now.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like
yeah,
people
yeah.
tell me it's like make sure you're doing your miles, receipts. That's why I started learning about writing shit off. And I was like going to school. I was like, oh, I just put these books on a credit card and I could just like get the money back next year. I was slowly starting to figure shit out.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
just with comedy. It was just like it was
It's a lot.
such a slow build to really get to where you want to be.
Yeah, right.
And like I realized that. So like I was just fully committed to it. But the Uber shit, like I still did it because I knew I needed to have this car. So then it became from just like doing it almost every night to doing it when I only needed to do it. Because having to just work on it myself.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
like,
got
I-
the car to do the road versus
Yeah,
Uber,
yeah. I was
right,
I
right.
put miles on that thing, and like
Yeah.
respect to the car, but like I just did not. I was like, I did not want this car,
Yeah.
but I got it, and I'm trying to take care of it, and it was just like, just had to let it go.
Yeah.
Just
I
had to
bet
let
so-
it go.
What's some crazy shit that happened like with dealing with people?
It is annoying when they start making out in the back seat. It gets annoying when I'm just like, all right, y'all can't relax, and then like you hear like a heel hit your window. I'm like,
Ooh, that's
okay,
not good.
all right, because I'm uncomfortable. Cause
Yeah,
this
right.
is, but
Yeah.
or like having to tell the college kids like, take your feet off the dash.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your feet off the dash. Getting into the car with just like a straight wine bottle. Having to be like, look at them and be like, they got a bottle. I'm like, all right, put that armrest down, and there's a compartment, and just put it in there, and then
Right.
Because it's been too many times when like I found like a bottle of like Jose Cuervo,
Yeah, right.
Just spilled
nigga
or
leaving
something?
like just like an open container in my car.
Yeah, it's no
Like
good.
I started picking up quickly.
Right, and
like,
you'll
yeah.
get ticketed for that.
if
decided
anything,
for
that just made me just be like, all right, y'all niggas is just reckless in this town. So like, I'm just chilling. Like
Yeah.
I'm just doing what I need to do, and like and that's when I started being petty. That's when I started being petty. One night I picked up this kid, and he was just like out of it. And he just was going back to these dorms. They were literally across the street from the apartments I was
So
staying
you're
at.
driving a lot of college kids. In this
Yeah,
area.
it was party.
right.
They just got their dad's credit card, just swiping it. Talking about they
Yeah,
maxed
right.
it out that night. Like they just dumb kids with money.
Yeah.
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 But this kid in particular, I always remember because that's why I was really on it, like just trying to like go about it. And we get to the intersection, and I know exactly where he's going at because like I live right over there.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's at that corner, I'm at that corner. He lives in like a student living apartment complex type shit.
Mm.
And then I get at the corner, and he's like, "I'll just get out right here." I'm like, "You sure, man?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Are you absolutely sure?" I asked 2 times, and
Yeah.
when they just do what they want, I'm like, "All right."
Yeah.
I can't force you.
Like you literally just walked out of the car.
Right.
Yeah.
I've had people falling out of my car.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, stop it. Like, are you okay? Like,
Yeah.
That type of thing. People just literally throwing their drunk friends in the car. That's what people get fucked up at.
Right.
Right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Your friend just tossing you in an Uber.
Yeah.
That's where the problem starts, honestly. But with the story with the kid though, he leaves a Beats pill bag in my car. I didn't notice it until I get downtown and I pick it up. And as people get in my car, I open it. This nigga got his whole set up, like stash, like pre-roller for like weed and shit.
Oh, no kidding.
And I'm just like,
That's funny.
this
I
nigga
keep a bunch
is
of shit.
messy as hell.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got 24 hours.
I have a headphone case just like that.
You got. I was like, you got 24, and he had like this really fire, like just crystal purple looking, like definitely trying to like, you know, like the weed they like grow in house now. It's like, yo, this is
Sure.
like
Yeah,
this is Adderall. Like that's all this shit is.
Right,
Like
right.
it was like the fancy like ooh like that type of weed. I'm like,
Right.
he got
That sounds great.
24 hours to hit me up before I smoke all of this to the face. And I was at work working my restaurant job, and I was just like just waiting. And then he hit me up. He was just like, "Yo, man, like you got my stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah." Where you at? And when I handed it to him, I was like, "Tighten up." And then I just kept it moving. That was it.
I would have definitely kept this shit.
Nah, like because I know I was just like my grandmother really instilled that in me. Like it's just like it's really funny fucking with people. Like I really had my grandmother's sense of humor. Like it really is like especially when you're trying to teach them a lesson.
Yeah,
It's
right.
really funny. Like it's yeah.
He never learned his lesson though. And that kid's name? Brock Turner.
See, I helped build a great person. That's it, man. See, I got raised by women. I'm
Yep,
petty as hell.
yep.
Like, yep, I want my credit. Give me my fucking credit.
Did you ever have to get the cops involved when you were working at Uber?
Yes. So looking back at it now, the craziest situation where like I definitely was just staring at it in the face, like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's just
Yeah.
like really being like because like I grew up in a rural town before I moved to Wilmington, so like I know what it's like.
Right.
If anybody is out just doing anything, it's just cops everywhere because
Yeah,
it's just
right.
like nobody is here,
Right.
and we know dumb shit is going
They're
on.
bored as hell.
Right. These are, niggas went to school here, always talked about shooting shit,
Right.
practice shooting shit. Like
Yeah.
you are, everybody know the drill. Everybody know that nigga crazy, including his friend. Like that was very well understood. It was very well understood to me at least.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And like even the situation we got into, that's how like us down there in the South, like the other black people that I went to high school with, that's just how we had to carry ourselves. That was it.
Yeah.
Besides that, we was cooling.
Right.
So like this situation was so Wilmington, North Carolina, big party city, Matt. Like it's 3 beaches within like 10 minutes. It's a cool place to get like to really kind of just experience life. And
Beautiful
go.
beaches.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
cool place to see it. But
It's
I-
nice downtown.
yeah,
and-
yeah,
good.
but it's like I
I've
just
been-
came from a college town, so I was like, I've
Right.
been here before. It's the same shit to do, so I really need to figure out what I want to do with myself.
Yeah.
Which I tried college, I was actually like working and like I was just trying to do stuff.
Yeah.
But I went and picked up these 2 guys from Wrightsville Beach from a barbershop. No, not barbershop. Barbershop was on my mind. It was a bar. It was a
bar called the
work
barbershop.
party. It was a work after party. Barbershop was
okay.
just in my head because I was like, I gotta get a cut soon. But no, it was a bar. It was like a work office party type shit. I'm gonna say Ted, Bill, something. Just like you're standing, just like
Yeah.
surfer guy, like in a beach town, but like has a job.
Right.
He's just buzzing, just chilling because he got to get his drunk friend home
Yeah.
to the hotel.
Right.
And so like he's being responsible, and he's talking to me. He's just like, yeah, it was just an office party. Like he's just talking. I'm like, word, cool. That's why I said barbershop, because it feels like barbershop talk.
Yeah.
When like I'm in the Uber with
Yeah,
people
right.
and he's just talking. Like I really learned how to talk to people like that down there.
I
But his
bet.
friend is wasted in the back. I don't even know it because he's quiet. At some point, I hear the window go down and like he's sticking his head out the window.
Oh, that one.
Like he's just like he's going through it right now.
Right.
And so then I'm just like, yo, what's your boy doing? And we pull over into a gas station. Now, when the officers explained it to me, he's just like, yeah, so like it was a state trooper that saw me, but then it was also a squad car that were like just in the cut, just watching like what's going on here.
Right.
So what happened was we get out, his boy get out too, open the door, and my man's just like just going through it, like falls on the ground, and we're just like, what the, like, yo, he good? He's like, God damn it, this dude's fucked up.
Yeah.
So we get him in there. He's like, look, the hotel's just down the road. We're gonna get there. I was like, all right, cool. Get him in there, and like he starts like heaving. This time it's just like, damn. So now it's like he just need to like
Yeah.
kind of get out. This time he just falls out. Right.
That's a
Before
potential injury right there.
before we know it, just 5 squad cars just pulled up.
Oh.
And so now they just like, what the fuck is going on? And so
Yeah.
I'm just like,
How
that-
fast were you going when he fell out?
No.
Oh,
He didn't
okay.
roll out the car.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me clarify. We stopped one time at the gas
Oh,
station.
and then the second
Yeah.
time you stopped. you
Yes.
just fell
Yeah,
out.
When we
yeah.
stopped at the gas station the first time, there were 2 cops
Yep,
and
yep.
2 blind spots just looking at the situation. It's a trooper and like a deputy. Like people down there understand that like those are 2 separate
Yeah.
Yeah.
officers, but so they watching everything. We put them back in the car because the hotel's not that far away. We don't even get around the corner before I got to pull in at this Enterprise. At the people in Wilmington know exactly what I'm talking about. You pull in, there's a hill, and so we're down there. And then by the time we stop the car, let him out, he just falls out
Yeah.
of a parked car. Jesus. Before I can like be like, what the hell? 5 cop cars are right there, just like lights ain't on or nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's just like,
Yeah.
what's going on? He's right there, and he's just like, Uber driver. The dude just took over the situation completely.
Yeah, his buddy.
That's-
yeah.
that's
He's just
good.
like, he's drunk. We're in an Uber. We're just trying to get him back to. You can clearly see it. It was like, yeah, this dude's violent right now.
Yeah.
So he had. They were just like making sure everything was cool. It was like, yeah, because we just didn't know. That's when he told me it was a squad car and then
Yeah.
a trooper.
Right. As far as they know, you're kidnapping him or something.
They didn't know what the fuck
Yeah,
was
right.
going
Right,
on. We just
right.
seen
Yeah.
a dude just flop out of the fucking car. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah.
Right.
Like this shit is just wild. Like I really found that shit out. Like, but then as like they kind of cooled down, just like, all right, cool. Like, just as long as you just like get him there.
Sure.
Me and this guy is just watching him pull off. He's just like, yo, like the cops really cool tonight. I'm like, you fucking think? Like,
Yeah.
what
They
the
could have
fuck
fucked
you-
us all up.
Yeah.
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 The cops
Yeah, man.
ever pull you over when you're an Uber driver?
Aside from this scenario.
I mean, aside from
Nothing.
this one,
not
but I
after
mean,
that. Nothing really. Everything just went over my. After that, I was like, it's just comedy. After this
Right.
point.
Yeah.
After that, I didn't. That's when I was. That's when I was really driving back and forth. So like halfway to Raleigh, there's it'll be like gas stations between Wilmington and Raleigh.
Yeah.
And I would just like park and just lock the door, hop in the back, and then like just take like a power nap real quick.
Sure.
Yeah. By that point, it's just like I know the South. I drove all over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Right.
You- yeah.
I didn't know, like, maybe if you personally felt that you, due to the climate of the South and everything like that, and you being black, that you might be like,
I mean, like, what was also very interesting about my situation is that my best friends were white. Like, the guys that I could really move with, and no disrespect to nobody else,
yeah,
people saw it, was just like, nah, like, we talking about the same shit over
Yeah.
there.
right,
Right.
Like, I thought that's what everybody was doing. It's like, I don't play sports. Like, I'm just hanging out because I just
Right.
want to work and, like, do shit.
Yeah.
And then he was talking the same, like, because it was, I remember when I actually moved back to North Carolina before I moved to Wilmington. I went back, like, to them, like, yo, what y'all doing? He like, I'm getting ready to go to college in Wilmington. I was like, all right, I just found out that I like the DJ, so I want to see where this is gonna go. And we just saved our money and then like moved, like on some like real like me and a homie like about to go try to figure it out.
Yeah.
No, that's
And it
cool.
was- yeah, and we did that for like 4 years. And like what's funny is he went to a HBCU for like 3 years.
Oh, no kidding.
Right. So the whole experience, the whole time I'm telling him, like I'm just talking to him about stuff, and he finally just being like, just like asking me questions about shit. Where he was like, he's like, all right. He was like, so his first day was his orientation. He said there were 2 DJs. I'm like, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
There's funny because like, you know, like a lot of times people, like, anytime someone's in some sort of position of authority, and like the Uber driver, the cab driver, you're in authority because it's your car and you're driving, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
anytime, and maybe it's not, I'm sure it's not always like this because I've seen videos of people just wilding the fuck out. But like for me, subconsciously, I'm always like, okay, that's a person of authority. But you got to forget they're not cops, right? So I remember one time, how do I say this? A friend of mine that wasn't
Okay.
me.
All right.
Wasn't me.
Was in a cab with
All
some
right.
other friends, and they were all partying in the cab, and they're like, just look up at the cab driver, showed the bag, and was like, huh? And the cab driver was like, whatever, and they all just started doing key bumps in the back of the cab because the cab driver was like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, I have a friend who did something like that too.
Excuse me.
Maybe a couple times.
These wild friends.
When it gets to that point, that's when it's like, if you're gonna do that, just rent a party bus, man. Like, damn.
That- I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
that's
It's not the right thing
You
to
can't
do.
ball on a
Well,
budget, man.
I'll
Like,
say
stop
the
playing.
cab's cheaper.
balling on a budget.
Yeah.
is not
I'm
the
not
way
going
to
to
do it.
Breezy said it
pretend.
best.
I'm not
Breezy
going
said
to
it
pretend
best.
my friend's a good guy in this scenario.
Yeah, just like stop fucking around.
But
You
I
bought
also-
a bag of Coke.
my friend.
I feel like but a lot of times if you just approach situations with respect, people treat bartenders like that a lot of times. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm the opposite of a cop as
But
a
just
bartender.
don't try to get
Just don't-
sneaky shit where you make me
Yeah.
feel like I have to be
Oh,
your,
the worst-
your daddy.
the
or
worst-
whatever.
And I've seen that. And I've seen that happen, like, with some people before, too. And then, like, I just fully understood. It's like, these motherfuckers just working. Like, they know you're wasted.
Right.
And I seen them handle,
Just-
like, just pieces of shit. Like, so I'm like, stay the fuck out the way. This is a
had
business.
One time I
Yeah.
was in an Uber, and literally I was like, "Oh, hey, bro, pull over real quick." And he's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Just pull over real quick." He's like, "All right." And I got out of the car, threw up, wiped my face off, and then was like, he's like, "You know what? I really appreciate you doing that, man." And I was like, "Hey, man, I ain't trying to fuck up your car.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to."
Thank you so much. Man.
No,
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
because
I really listen when people just like, yo, like your car's really clean. I'm like, got to, baby. What you talking about?
You gotta imagine, because like, yeah, people are gonna treat your car that you're paying for like a
Yeah.
taxi.
Absolutely.
People just disrespect the shit out of
Yeah.
taxis.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Got to, man.
I felt bad once COVID hit, and then when I finally took a Uber, they put all the like plastic in it, and I'm looking at it, and like some of them clearly spent either a lot of money actually making it like look nice and sealing it
Yeah.
and stuff, but then other people I see like they had to like staple it in their fucking roof, and I'm like,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
this is done, they're gonna have these fucking holes and staples and all this shit
Yeah.
from the stuff being attached everywhere, all weird.
Yeah, but they're just like, I mean, they're just a people mover. Some of them just like really don't give a shit. Like,
Or renting the car in New York.
Yeah.
In New York, I heard crazy situations where in New York there's scenarios where it's like the person on the account isn't even necessarily the person picking you up.
Oh, yeah,
There's like
that's
people that run like weird companies with like different like illegal immigrants that come in or whatever else it is, where like those people don't actually have IDs to be able to work on it, so they work through someone else.
Well, think
like,
about how many car
exploiting them.
services there are in New York that are still functioning.
Yeah, they never stop.
They never
Somehow.
stop. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. There's
Right,
Yeah.
they're
You
all
got-
on
you gotta
Uber.
figure out
Yeah.
your
They
own-
never,
doing
if
it.
anything, like more cars. Like more people bought cars. Like cars
Yeah.
got moved around. Yeah, I've known some new car owners now.
they're talking about putting in a fee to go over the Manhattan and Brooklyn Bridge and stuff like that of $10.
Really?
Yeah, of $10 in order to curb all
Damn.
the traffic They want to like that was the thing is like they want to make New
They
York
should
more of a
build a new
walking.
bridge.
That's just
Yeah.
inviting more people to come here. Like,
No. It's to discourage people, like, well, especially the Uber drivers.
mm.
And so when I lived out in like Flatbush, especially out that way, all South Brooklyn is nothing but black Toyota Camrys
Yeah.
filling all the neighborhoods because that's where everybody parks their shit. And it was impossible to find fucking parking. And I mean, I don't want to be that guy to be like, I get it. I mean, it's kind of shitty, but these people are just trying to make a living. But there has to be like a more agreeable solution than just taxing everybody who wants to drive their car into the city.
They should build another bridge for starters.
Is
Is that so much to ask? Is that crazy?
I mean, they can't even get this. I mean, this is like, they can't
If
even
they
get the
do
city
that,
to
I'm
run
leaving.
right.
If they build a new bridge, I'm leaving. I'm definitely, or either I'm going to Queens or Long Island. Like, it's one of the two. Like, that's it.
Go ahead,
would you
sorry.
ever do it here? Would you?
Hell no. God no.
Right?
God no.
It's so-
It's a car's not bad to have unless you, like, if I got a driveway, like, yeah, I'll have a car.
Yeah,
to
your
do
own parking space.
it. Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be. Amazing.
Yeah.
We've been pretty fortunate that we haven't needed a parking space because we have been working from home. So like it's easy to find a space in our neighborhood, but like
Yeah.
I dread going back to work and then having to like move.
Oh,
the
dude,
car.
my neighborhood, it's to park like after about 8 o'clock is really impossible. Like, sometimes I'll leave the car.
Parking is not that bad here, but thank God my car is old as fuck because I had an 18-wheeler rip the entire front end off my car.
Damn.
This guy shouldn't have even been like you can't have an 18-wheeler.
Oh,
on
I
the
got held
street.
up because of 18-wheeler, like, turning on some street.
And they
over
can't
there.
fit,
Yeah.
and now they're going back and forth. This guy hit 8 cars.
I believe it.
And some of these people had nice new
There's
cars
the
where I
video.
was like, I'm getting an insurance payment and I'm going to fix as little of this as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of these people have brand new cars that are now fucked forever because this fucking 18-wheeler, literally someone filmed it just going back and forth, back and literally just hitting
Dude,
unknown directions.
I was in band practice and it came out in the singer's car. It was the singer's wife's car. We were rolling up from band practice and he was like, "Oh my God," and he like looked all pale, and I was like, "What?" And I look and it was literally folded around a telephone pole. And it was parked, but luckily a good Samaritan had put a note that said, "I saw this
saw the
happen.
Yeah.
Call me." And
That's
it was
what happened with me
it
because
was-
the truck was at night.
it was a 18-wheeler just turned the corner and pushed their little car up around the telephone pole. Totaled it.
Yeah.
Completely totaled it.
Jeez Louise.
Say, I got a
So
note,
wild.
Gotta love that check.
and they
though.
filmed it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we do this thing.
Okay.
We do this thing where we rate the crime that you commit. Well, the
Can I
petty.
smoke? Can I finish this?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah.
I didn't want to be disrespectful.
No,
That's
you're
right.
good.
No. And I suppose we have to define exactly what the crime is that we're rating before we can rate it. What
Right,
Would you
well,
say?
we've
What
gone
would you
through-
say it is?
Well, we've gone through a couple, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think the juicier one is just like getting in an Uber in a state where like you
Being-
shouldn't
yeah,
be.
yeah, being
you're
wasted
now
in an
putting
Uber.
somebody else's job
Yeah.
and
Which I
well-being
have
on the
done.
line.
Which you
So many times.
what you
You're
mean?
a saint.
like
Like-
going cross states?
No,
No,
just
like the
being-
petty crime.
Oh.
being the drunk Uber passenger.
Oh, hey, look, that's what I signed up for. That's what I signed. I can not to derail, but I have a story for that if you want to hear that.
Let's do it real quick. Yeah.
let's-
Okay,
We got
all
time.
right. So it was like by this time I was a seasoned veteran. I started bragging on stage like I got a mean 4.86 rating, like, you know. But like there was it was like standard, like freshmen just don't know how to drink. And so like it's 3 of them and one of them just having a terrible time because like she's just wasted right now.
yeah.
We had to stop. Like she opens the door to like start heaving. I'm like, yep, go ahead. And then like a car full of black women came on like, let it out, baby. There you go. Yep, yep. Go ahead. There you go. And she was just crying. It was like, there you go. You all right? You all right? And then her friends helped her get back in the car.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Close the door and we went.
I mean, honestly, as long as they're puking outside the car,
It's
that's
just
already
like
pretty good.
it was their safety. It was always their safety. It was always their safety first.
Yeah.
No matter who got in the car. It was just
Yeah.
like I don't got time for this shit either. It's just like
Yeah.
Right. That'll be
Yeah.
even worse. If
Well,
Well, I
something
do.
goes down.
It's one of those things that it's almost like what we were talking about on the other one, where it's like, do people start driving more reckless because they feel more comfortable with the seatbelt, right? I definitely moving to New York was drinking and partying so much more because I never had to worry about driving. I would always just get a cab. Right? I get it. When Uber, when I, and I didn't care. Like I'd get an Uber and it didn't matter.
I don't remember if Uber was a thing when I first got to New York, or maybe I didn't use it yet, but I have way too many experiences in my first couple of years in New York getting pissed drunk and just falling asleep on the subway and waking up in Coney Island.
I did that a couple times.
I've done that.
I had
once, yeah.
someone slap. I was waiting for the L train at First Ave. I fell asleep. This dude, this is like when I first got to New York, like a few weeks in. This dude is with his friends, and he jumps down, goes across the tracks on the bottom, climbs up to my side, slaps me awake. His friends start laughing. He's like, "You're gonna miss your train," and then he runs back to the other side, and I made my train.
Thank you for risking your life to make sure I got home safe.
Well, so I thought that was not that unusual because I didn't know what was normal necessarily.
Yeah.
And then like a few months later, I went in also somewhere like Park Slope or something and got off by accident at a stop where if you couldn't cross back without exiting and then you have to pay again. So I jumped down and went to the other side and climbed up. And then I told somebody about that later and they're like, "Are you fucking insane?
Yeah, I
That's
never
not
do
normal.
that.
Don't ever do that again."
Yeah.
I think I'll rate it first.
Okay.
Right. So what I'm saying is that being wasted in the back of an Uber, I think that as a petty crime, it's pretty low. I'd give it like a 2.
Okay.
Right? Because it kind of sucks. But I'm happy
2 out
that
of 5
those
bears.
people, 2 out of 5. But I'm happy that those people that are in that situation
That they're
have
not
a safe
driving.
alternative and they're not driving, or they're not getting on the train and getting fucked up or bad things happening.
Yeah.
So it's like, especially like young ladies in those early stages of partying. You see, because working at a bar, you see them all the time, and you're like, do you realize how much danger you're in? You're like just being out on the street in that condition.
Yeah.
That's why I took on like the like I guess like parental figure, because I was just like, everybody is just careless in this town. Like
Right.
like even some people just be like, relax. It's just like, how can I when y'all are the ones just wasted in the car?
right?
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all are going to like. That was a bit I did that like as a when I started out like yo, like it's like a wild animal. Like I'm scared of shit of y'all. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
relax. You scared of me. I'm scared of you. Like,
Right.
yeah.
You're gonna
I
damage
don't know what you
something.
going. I don't know what you going. I don't
Yeah.
know what happened with you.
I would rate it pretty highly as long as you don't throw up in the back of the person's car.
That's it. That's all I asked.
That's
Because
right.
that's what
Otherwise, you're
happened.
fine.
That's what made that night terrible with the cops. Because he threw up in my car.
Oh,
like
shit.
you piece of
You
shit.
buried the lead.
And guess
there.
what? You
Yeah.
got billed for it too.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
that's good.
Oh, good.
And
Yeah.
then-
They
and
charge you
then-
through Uber, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got my shit detailed. I was like, yup, somebody paying for it. I was like,
Yeah.
that's what you want? I'm like, yup, the $90 package. Like,
Yeah.
Yep, do the
that
whole
one.
thing.
Yeah. And then also the guy, I found out they work for a moving company. The dude was like, you ever need help? Like, just let me know.
That's nice. At least he owned
Yeah,
up to
that's-
it, took
yeah, that's
responsibility.
good.
Because shit happens.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
puked this one time. I got fucked up, and then the next morning we were going snowboarding, and I was in my buddy's car, just fucking nauseous, and I puked outside of his car, but because it was so cold, all my puke froze to the side of his car.
Oh.
So I thought I didn't damage anything, and then we walk outside, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" And it's just frozen puke all along the door.
I would say
I washed his car with a hot rag.
that as I mean, 5 out of 5 for me. I think it's great that I can pay money to be wasted in the back of somebody else's car.
No, it's a
whatever
great,
location
it's
that
a
I'm in.
great convenience. It's a
Right,
great
yeah.
convenience.
Yeah.
It's just that it was just very messy.
And if I puke and then you charge me $90 for it, I consider that part of the
Yeah,
experience.
it was just
Yeah.
on Uber's hand. It was just like they weren't being safe about it. They
Yeah.
weren't thinking that like this
Yeah.
is an extremely dangerous thing, and they
Right.
found out very quickly what happens.
Yeah, right.
Like that was it. Like because I remember it went from like because even with the drivers, because there would be times I'll be trying to log out and you tap it and now you got a trip, and then come to find out you're the only person out because somebody had to catch a flight. So it was like, well, this just worked out for everybody.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like, I was about to call it a night. So
Just make some extra money.
yeah, so like again like Amazon. It was a great idea, but it's messy.
It could
It's
get
so
dangerous,
messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you rate it? And again, these numbers mean nothing. Keep that in mind.
That's why I'm taking it seriously. 3.5.
3.5. All
They
right.
get 3.5
Pretty good.
for effort. For effort.
Yeah.
Because people, it is needed. It is a great
Yeah.
service, but it was a terrible run.
And it saves
Terrible,
lives.
terrible
It saves
run.
lives.
Yeah, a lot of things were. Like, we're seeing that now with a lot of stuff. It's like, yeah, we were fucking up in a lot of places
Yeah.
in the world. We all realize that.
I appreciate you having the Chrysler. Was it 200?
Yeah,
The
not
Chrysler
3.
Yeah, not
Two.
the 2.
Right, not the one. This
Stay
wasn't
humble.
a rap video.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
this one
Yeah.
wasn't.
No, I appreciate it because I've been on Uber's. Like I've been picked. It doesn't happen in New York because there's just so many cab services. But literally, I was in Seattle, major metropolitan. I was right downtown.
Okay.
And I called an Uber, and a guy picked me up in a pickup truck,
Mm.
and I had to sit next to him. It was a fucking pickup truck. I was all, well, it looks like, hey, how you doing, bud? I was like, I have a show tonight. That laughs. If you want to come, I'll put you on the list. I don't know what we're talking about. You know?
Probably talk about this experience of getting picked up in a Uber
Damn.
pickup truck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, where can folks find you?
You can find me. Just follow Negro Jump ENT. If you watch anime, then you'll like Negro Jump.
Awesome.
Dragon Ball Z, all of that. Fancy stuff. Yeah, that's
Jarrod Fortune,
Blurred.
everybody. Check it
Yeah.
out.
Watch your mouth.
Bushwick.